Hello guys, back with another one on Chubdi Football TV. Listen, it's the beginning of a new era. It's the beginning of the Xabi Alonso era for Real Madrid. I mean, technically, the beginning was at the Club World Cup, to be fair. The beginning was at the Club World Cup, but technically, with everything considered, this is the proper start. I'll take the Club World Cup as pre-season. I'll take that as our preseason, but it's the commencement of a new regime. I would say it's the commencement of a new regime at Real Madrid at the Santiago Bernabéu. With our first game today being against Osasuna, and how will that game go? How will that game go? What I'll be talking about today is the expectations us as Madrid fans have coming to this season. We had, as regards Real Madrid standard, we had a poor season last season. It was, although we ended up second, we even made it to the quarterfinals of the Champions League, which is very good, very decent as well. But when it comes to Real Madrid standard, you are either at the pinnacle or you are at the bottom. That's the thing about Real Madrid. You are either winning trophies. There's no second doesn't register to Real Madrid. That's why we're the most successful club in history, football club in history. 15 Champions League, 36 La Ligas, like the most Club World Cups, 5. Like we dominate in everything. So it's either go hard or go home, as regards Real Madrid. And last season it wasn't our best. Our defense was poor. I think that was one of the dysfunction in the Madrid team last season. The defense wasn't that good, and to top that off with how many times Barcelona were just trashed us. They were just trashing us anyhow. They beat us like 4 times in like 2 finals. They were just dismantling us. But these things happen because prior to last season, we beat them more and we won more trophies than them. So it happens. This year it will be Real Madrid. Next year it will be Barcelona. Do you understand? So these things happen, and we got rid of Carlo Ancelotti, who I will never, I would never be that fan to come out and insult Carlo Ancelotti. Although I think some of his tactics last season were stale, were redundant. Needless to say, I would never come and badmouth Carlo Ancelotti because he's the most successful Madrid coach of all time. Go and do your Googles. He's the most successful Madrid coach of all time. He's won multiple Champions Leagues for Real Madrid. Like he's Carlo Ancelotti. He has more Champions League than any other coach in history. So Don Carlo is not a small boy. You understand? That's a don right there. But I think that a new regime had to come in play, and now it's the Xabi Alonso's regime. What am I expecting from Xabi Alonso, especially his first season? Would second place be acceptable? In the La Liga? Will getting knocked out in the Champions League quarterfinal or group stage be acceptable for Real Madrid? I don't think so. Real Madrid is not a club where, I'm like I always say, if you are new to my content and to my channel, I support 2 clubs. I'm a supporter of 2 clubs, Real Madrid and Arsenal. A lot of people be like, how do you support 2 clubs? I support 2 clubs. Know that I know peace, right? Since I was little, these have been my clubs. So would Real Madrid is not a club that you get 2 chances, you get 3 chances, you get 3 years. Talking about follow the process, like how it's going on in Arsenal. Real Madrid is not that type of club. You get, if you are lucky, you get 2 years to do something or to win something, and you're out. You're out. So if Xabi Alonso does not perform well this season, the most he gets is another season. The most he gets is another season. That's if he even does. But let's say he does. The most he gets is another season, and he's out. Madrid doesn't. We don't do all that process, wait for the process and all that rubbish. That is not. That's never. That's never has been Madrid's pattern or playbook. You once you get into Madrid, you know what you are coming to. You know you are coming to display excellence. It's about winning for Real Madrid. We don't really care about pattern of play and all those tiki-taka. If you can make us do that, kudos to you. But it is about winning. For Madrid, it is winning first and everything second. So what are we expecting from Xabi Alonso? Well, as a Madrid fan, I'm expecting tactical difference, tactical astuteness, and winning. That is what I'm expecting. And it will be. I've been watching on Real Madrid official YouTube channel. I've been watching our training sessions and all that. The players look very good. The players look very well conditioned. They look very good to go. We've brought in a couple of new players like Trent, Mastutuno, Carrares. Who else have we brought in? Who else did we bring in? I think just off my head, those are the players we brought in, and a couple players have left. A couple players have left, and a couple players are out on injury at the moment. So for this first, for if coming few games, Jude Bellingham, I don't think he'll be available, although I think he's back in training. But he just came back from a shoulder injury, so I don't expect him to feature, especially in this first game. Ferland Mendy is injured at the moment as well. Rudiger has a suspension. Who else? Kamavinga, I don't think he's fit. I don't think he's fit to play. So we have a couple of players missing at the moment, but that wouldn't be an excuse. That will not be an excuse, because we still have a lot of high quality players available at the moment. Oh yes, I also forgot to mention our center back from Bournemouth that we just bought. What's his name? Anytime I'm doing these videos, I just always forget. So Dean Huijsen. So we've also bought Dean Huijsen from Bournemouth, which I think that is one of my most that is one of the signings I'm happy to have, a new center back. And going forward, it's looking, and I said it in my previous videos, it's looking like our starting center backs would be Dean Huijsen and Eder Militao. Militao is back from injury, which is very good. He had a couple of matches, like preseason matches he performed really well, and I'm very happy to have him back, because Rudiger, Raul Asensio, those guys are bozos. Complete bozos, clowns. Like, Rudiger shouldn't be starting for Real Madrid. Raul Asensio shouldn't even be in the Madrid squad. He should be out on loan, or we sell him and make a profit from him. That guy is not a Madrid player. He's a bozo. Raul Asensio is a bozo in centre back. And lucky for us, we have Tchouaméni who can also play that centre back. Although I don't like him playing centre back. I think he has bozo moments playing that centre back, but he's better than Asensio. He's better than Asensio. I would put Tchouaméni as a centre back all day over Asensio. Asensio is a bozo. Him and Rudiger, complete bozos. I don't know what they are still doing in that Real Madrid team. I can't wait for Konate to come. I can't wait for Konate to come so that we sell one of those clowns to the circus. But how tactically, I think Xabi Alonso is very, is very astute. Tactically is a very astute coach, and his mode of play is his formation that he tried a few formations during the Club World Cup. He tried with a 4-3-3, he tried with a 3-4-3, then he tried with a 4-4-2. What the formation I think really works for Real Madrid, because of the type of players we have, is a 4-3-3. Personally, I think that 4-3-3 works for us, or 4-2-1-3. I think works for us, because I think because of the type of players we have very pacey wingers, like in Rodrigo, Vini. I think we those players help to stretch the field and add pressure because they are very skillful, they're very quick. I think that 4-2-2 I think limits us. And it depends on what team we are playing against to be using 4-2-2. I think that 4-3-3 is the proper is the most ideal formation for us. 2 center backs, 2 wing backs, pacey wing backs that help our wingers. So the game today, our game today against Mallorca will be very it will be difficult. It won't be as easy as people think, because Mallorca they have some decent players. They're forward. They have a guy called Budimir. I think that's his name. Dude is is very, very good going forward. Very very skillful. Can finish. Very quick. Very tricky. So we we need to be defensively compact. That is one of the problems that I was really pissed off with last season. Our defense. Going forward, we're very good. We're very good. Although last season, Vini, also had some bozo performances. Rodrigo was poor. Going forward, it was only Mbappe that was, elite. Bellingham was all right. It was all right. Who else? Tchouaméni was really good last season. Who else? What's honorable mention? Who else was good last season for Real Madrid? Valverde was really good last season for us as well. He's that goes without saying. But the thing with Valverde last season was that he was being played in different positions. Today he will be played in the midfield, tomorrow will be played as a wing back, next tomorrow will be played as a center back, another played as a DM, then will be played as a winger. He's that player that can. He's a modern day Milner. That's how I'll describe him. He's a modern day Milner. He can play different positions. He's a very, very is the most elite utility player in the world. He's the most elite utility player in the world, in my opinion, Valverde. So, what do I think would be our starting 11 today? Madrid starting 11 today against Mallorca. So In goal, it will be Courtois. In goal will be Courtois. Defensively, I think we are going to go with Militao and Dean Huijsen. I don't want to see Asensio in that team. I don't want to see Rudiger in that team. I don't want to see those bozos in that team. If Dean Huijsen is fit, please start him. Most likely that will be our starting center back going forward, except he gets a red card or he's injured. But if he's fit, I feel like he will start most of the games. So Dean Huijsen, Militao, a fit Militao is quick, he's strong, he's aggressive. He doesn't make brash tackles and decisions like that bozo Asensio. He's very good on the ball, So I would go for those two center backs. Left back, I would go for Carrares. Right back, so Carvajal is back, which is very, I'm very happy that Carvajal is back because of the experience and everything. I think Carvajal will start. Ahead of Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think Carvajal will start. So my back four is Carvajal, Militao, Dean Huijsen, and Carrares. In the midfield, it will be Valverde, Tchouaméni, Adagule. That's what I think. Tchouaméni, Valverde, Adagule. Tchouaméni would help look after that back four. He can, he can switch into center back and come back into DM. Valverde, Valverde is all round. He's up and down. He can assist the wingers. He can come back. He can go forward. He's double engine. Then Adagule has been fantastic, and it's very good to see that he's been getting more playing time. He's very good creatively. He has good creativity. He can play free kicks. He can shoot. He can score. He can make deadly passes and all those things. So I think that will be our midfielders, our three midfielders for today's game: Valverde, Tchouaméni, and Adagule. And going forward, I think it will be Vini, Mbappe, and Mascherano. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I always have a problem pronouncing his name. Mastutuno or Mastutuno, or however way his name is pronounced. I feel like he's going to start in that right midfield, in that right wing. I've seen him in training. Very, very good player. Very, very tricky. Very quick. And that boy has a rocket on him. He has a fantastic left foot. The guy can play free kick. He can shoot. So I think that will be our front three. Whether he starts, if he doesn't start, he's going to surely. I feel like he's going to at least partake in the game. He's going to enter as a substitute. But that is my that's my first 11 for today. I might be wrong, but that is the whole point, right? We don't know. The people that really know are the coaches themselves, and even with the coaches, they make changes last minute. When it comes to choosing the team for a particular game. And my predicted score for the game is 2-0. 2-0. For me, I don't even care whether we win 5-1, 4-0, 3. I don't give a damn. Just get me the 3 points. I only care about 3 points. Whether we win 2-1, we win 1-0, it really doesn't matter to me. Let us just get the 3 points and start the league with a win. That is all that matters to me, because this season Barcelona is going to drop points. I can bet you that Barcelona is going to drop points. Whether it's their second game, third game, fourth game, they are going to drop points. They are going to lose within their first 5 games. Barcelona is going to lose at least one. Quote me on that. They are going to lose at least one. All that, whatever they were doing last season, is not going to fly this season. Me, I'm a Barcelona hater. So they won their first game against Osasuna, 3-0. Was it 3-0 or 4-0? I think it was 4-0, whatever. But it's not going to be. It's not. Let me see. What is Barcelona's next game? What are they playing next? Okay, they're playing Levante next, and they're playing Rayo Vallecano, then Valencia. They're going to lose at least one of those games. They're going to lose at least one of those games. You know, they like to play high line. A lot of teams will figure them out this season, and they've sold one of their best midfielder, one of their best defenders in Nigu Martinez. They've sold him. That will it will affect them. I can bet you that it will affect them. But this video is not about Barcelona. It's about Real Madrid, our first game. So this is my, this is Xabi Alonso's era. I'm really hopeful. I'm really expectant this season. Hopefully we win at least 2 trophies this season. At least, whether it's the Copa del Rey, the Club de España, the La Liga trophy. We at least need to win at least 2 trophies this season. I don't care whether we win the La Liga or not. Even if we win the what's it called, Super Cup, or we win the Copa del Rey, I'm fine. And we don't win the La Liga. I would love to win the La Liga, but at least I'll be fine if we win something this season. At least 2 trophies this season. So that would, to me, be a successful season for Real Madrid. But our standard, our president doesn't play. The priority is to win the Champions League. That is our president's prerogative. Prerogative. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that word well, but that is our president's aim every year, to win the Champions League, to win the La Liga. That's why we have more Champions League than anybody. We have more La Ligas than anybody in Spain, right? So two trophies. I'll be content with that this season. So I'm looking forward to this new regime of Xabi Alonso. He's a very tactical coach. He was a very, very tactical player, very, very tactically astute player in his days, one of the best. So as a midfielder with his wealth of experience, I think he can improve what we currently have. If he did what he did in Bayern Leverkusen with his players he had, I'm sure he can do more with the level of players he has been given to coach in Real Madrid. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe to the channel so that you can get the notification. You can get the notification alerts when I release more videos. Yeah, and until next time, peace.